A very good Sunday afternoon to you, and welcome to the Fixed Wing Guy channel with me, Stuart Lomas, and I hope I find you very well. Gorgeous day here in Manchester today. That kind of sums it up. Lovely sky, nice white clouds, beautiful sunshine, so on and so forth. A day like summer should be. Anyway, here we are for the second time in a glorious 720p. I know, calm down. Well, tell you. Now, what I want to talk about today, as you probably gathered from the title, is watch Purgatory. And what exactly is it? Well, what I think it is something, when I tell you, we're all very familiar with, and actually all guilty of manufacturing, producing and imposing upon ourselves. Watch Purgatory, as far as I see it, is this. We, as watch fans, nutcases, obsessives, are people who purposely go out on a weekend, perhaps, on the premise of escorting our loved ones, male or female, into city centres where there just happens to be a number of authorised dealers, high-end jewellers, pawn shops and pre-owned watch sellers. Now, what we do, you see, whilst our loved ones, certainly in my case, are looking for things like handbags, shoes, sorry, we say, well, you do that, and I'll go off looking at watches. So we go wandering around and we start seeing things that we would like. And the more we look around, the more we see, and the more we see, the more we desire. And we know full well that she or he, in their own little way, are taking the mental note of all the money that we're spending on these. Got the old Seiko on, 1979, the Pogue, the watch that bankrupted me. Anyway, old video about that, have a look. And they're keeping this mental note, you see, hence why they're looking, in my case, for shoes and handbags and so on and so forth. And we start seeing these things, and we're making mental notes of all these things that we would quite like to own. Thank you very much. But then we start thinking, well, you know, it is only a month since I bought a watch, and that watch, you know, did cost me £1,500 or dollars or euros or whatever. So we say, well, what we'll do, we'll put that on the back burner. And we'll remember that for next time we're in the market, when we feel we won't get in too much trouble. But then what do we do, you see, is that we've put that on the back burner, but then do we go back to our beloved and carry on with the shopping trip? No. What we do, we carry on looking, thinking because our beloved is going to be taking her or his own sweet time looking at whatever they want to look at, and we start seeing more and more things that are also going on the back burner. So over time, we compile this little list. And if you're anything like me, I am quite anal, I have to say. And my son has got Asperger's syndrome. And I'm quite happy to think that's my fault. It is on the autistic spectrum. He's very, very high functioning. He's got genius level IQ. And I stopped playing him at chess, about 6 years ago, because he just got too good. Anyway, by the by. And I kind of make notes, so much so that on my phone, I have a to-do app. And on my to-do app, which has got my shopping list and that kind of things on. I know I'm anal, I know. If there's anything of particular interest, I tap it in so I can remember to go back to it or have a look at it on the interweb. Now, so we carry on looking and we get this little list in our heads, or on my phone in my case. And that then starts eating away at us. And we know full well that we shouldn't be spending more money. And we know full well that we don't have that money to spend because we have food to buy and bills to pay and holidays to pay for and taking your loved one out for dinner and all the unimportant stuff that gets in the way of buying watches, you know. So we get to a position where we start creating this scenario of wristwatch purgatory that the sensible bit of ourselves, we know that we shouldn't be spending money endlessly. We know that. You know that. I know that. Perfectly sensible. Because we don't want our gas cut off, or our electricity cut off, or our Sky television or cable television, if you're in America, cut off, do we? No. So we have to pay the bills. But there's that little voice, as we always have in the back of our head, saying, go on, you know you can save the money. You know you can put a little bit aside as well as your bills. It's not a major problem. You can do it. And we've got another little voice saying you can't do that. So this watch purgatory that we create for ourselves, these two little, like an angel and a devil on each shoulder, talking to you and bidding you to do one that's a sensible thing, and another one which seems to be a sensible thing of buying another watch. And you may not even have space for another watch. My watch winder's full. My double watch winder that I keep on my desk is full. I do have a watch box that is empty-ish. I've got space. But if I buy a new watch, of course, I'd want it in one of my better watch winders. You know. So we're sat there creating this hell on earth for ourselves. And we all do it. We all do it, and we're sat there looking through Watch Time magazine, or in my case, as you know, I went out a few weeks ago and picked up all the 2015, 2016 catalogues, and that's the worst thing you can do. So that just piles on the nonsense for this watch purgatory. And it's something, watch purgatory is a situation, a scenario, a place that we create for ourselves here. A hell on earth which we create of our own doing, which is absolutely appalling and stupid if you ever considered it. Sit down and think, you know, should I really be doing this to myself? The answer's got to be no. But I also believe that not only do we create it, but we can't help but create it. Now, I'm sure that this is the same for anybody else who has any other sort of hobby. You know, anglers, for instance, they might want the brand new carbon fibre rod, or a great quality quick feed reel, or whatever it is, you know. And I'm sure they do exactly the same that we do, but I kind of think that the cost involved in buying a reel for a fishing rod is not quite the same as buying the new Planet Ocean. I mean, I could be wrong. Let me know if I am. If some of you are unfortunate enough to be anglers and watch nuts out there, let me know. So, watch purgatory is this constant scenario that we all live in, which is this self-created hell on earth that we are constantly fighting this yearn to buy, which is fighting also against the sensible bit of us, saying you can't do that because the money is spoken for elsewhere. So watch purgatory. Do you do it? Do you admit doing it, more importantly? And if you do, does your wife stroke husband understand? Let me know. Quite an interesting one, this, I think, because it's one of those things that I think a lot of us, I kind of not, you know, I kind of glance at it now and again. I appreciate it's there. Maybe we're in denial about it. Maybe that we think, yeah, not a problem. I've got this under control. It's not a problem at all. But I don't think the majority of us have. You know, we're chewing our nails, counting the seconds till we can go out and buy this brand new or pre-loved watch that we've seen, and we create this scenario where we're snapping at people because we're so anxious to get out there and buy something else to strap on our wrists. So there you go, watch purgatory. Let me know how you feel about this, and if you feel strong enough about it, make me one of these. Now, 9 minutes in, 9. I've achieved it. First video back in glorious high definition. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for my new subscriber overnight. I think you pronounce your name Geordie? Geordie? Okay, it's because you got a D and a J at the beginning of it. I assume the D is silent. I've sent you a little welcome note. I hope you've got it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And have a look through my other stuff. It's not all about watches. And see whether there's anything in there that particularly tickles your fancy. So if any of you have got any queries, questions, answers to this particular video, or any suggestions for this kind of nonsense, as always, drop them down below. I should look forward to hearing from you, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.